Hello there. Welcome to the Blended Bogles. We back. Wow, we might have to cut that out.
Just kidding.
Anyway, so welcome to our Q&A tea time with Destiny and Steven. You're not drinking tea, but however, I am. You see our little mugs? They cute though. But you're drinking out of it though. Anyways, let me get a little sip of tea. Clear my throat before I speak. So, we are going to do some questions or answer some questions that you guys had. It looks like it's about 8 of them, so we'll go through them and answer them for you. Yeah, Gianna's just in the background. No biggie. She's just chilling, watching her baby TV. So, first question is, what are some ways that you and Steven think would help in making changes in the world? So, what do you think about that, husband?
My one answer to that is draw closer to God.
Amen. No, honestly, I also feel the same way. There are some other thoughts that I have about that, but I really won't get into that as far as ways that would help or that can help in making changes in the world. But honestly, the number one thing, first and foremost, is drawing closer to God and having a relationship with Him and being saved. Let me tell you something. If everybody in the world, everybody, really had a relationship with God, really could draw closer to God and be saved, we would not have a lot of the issues that we have. Not that we never would have any issues, but just the way that the world is nowadays.
Minimize it.
Yeah, it would minimize it a whole lot. So yeah, that's kind of really our only answer to that question. Again, I have other ways, but that'll be in a later video. So, the next question is, have you and Steven gotten any backlash for being an interracial couple?
We have
not.
Face to face, never gotten any backlash for being interracial. Actually, we usually get
you just get stares.
We do get stares, but besides the stares, we actually get positive feedback from a lot of people. Black, white, Spanish, purple, green, red, doesn't matter.
People aren't those colors.
We actually get positive feedback more than backlash. Obviously, you get the stares and those people that like to glance at the side of their eye, but no one's confronted us face to face. So
dang, Bowdy. I'm just kidding, but yeah. So no, we really haven't gotten any backlash necessarily.
This is bourbon, by the way.
No, it's not. It's drinking one water. All right. So, what advice can you give to newlyweds?
Never get married. JK.
We're gonna move that
out. Advice for newlyweds. We've narrowed it down to 3 things. And us.
Those 3 things.
Us as a married couple, still to this day, still struggle with some of these.
Communication. That is a big one.
Communication.
When people say that, you don't understand how serious that is. Actually, that's probably the number one thing. It's communication. And
that is our biggest thing till today. We've been together
in total really 7 years.
7 years.
Married for 4.5 years.
4.5 going on 5. And
communication. And then I would say definitely respect. You want to have respect for each other, especially in those beginning years. I would say the first 2 years, definitely the first year, you want to have respect. It's kind of a little bit of a transition.
It will get heated.
Yeah.
Get hot. Quick.
You're going a little overboard, pal.
But you do have to respect your spouse. No matter how heated, no matter how hot that conversation gets.
That's where I think communication comes in.
that follows that. And then just trust. Just
what advice? Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to like word like trust. Obviously, if you get married to someone, it's clear that you trust them. But I will say you definitely learn a lot more about a person once you're married to them and you live with them. For those of you that may have lived together, before then, because we did. I thought it was gonna be like, like it's the same thing. No, it really is different when you say I do and you get married and then you're living together on your own. I would say outside of like for us, outside of our parents' house, it's definitely different. Some things are the same. It's like you saw this coming, but other things it's like, I didn't know about this.
You don't know if your food's gonna get poisoned one day. You never know. But you gotta trust.
Yeah, you're right. You never know. So, anyways, yeah, that's what the advice I would give. And you know what? I forgot to say my bad. One more little thing. This should have been the top of the list. This is for those of you who are Christians or otherwise. Put God first.
Definitely put God first.
You definitely have to do that. You know how, for those my Christians that know, it's God first, then your spouse, then your kids, and then everybody else, pretty much. So yeah. So the next question: what's the toughest part about marriage, in your opinion? Communication.
Communication is hard. But
us.
What a lot of people that I've talked to that just got married have dealt with, and we didn't have a problem with it, but it's becoming one. So when you get married, everything you guys have is one. What I have.
You're supposed to sit with your legs like all the way over here. How am I supposed to do this?
I'm talking right now.
Go ahead.
But off that, I got off track. Regroup. Becoming one. So what I mean by becoming one is like your decision making, your thoughts, her dad, Mr. Franklin.
He's a pastor.
Pastor Franklin has always said being on the same wavelength is key, and we didn't realize that until like the first year or so when we got married. When we started noticing.
Nah, I wouldn't even say the first year. I think just now. Let's say in the past year. In the past year, going on like year and a half, is when I've really seen a shift happen in our marriage, where we're really starting to understand what it really means to be on one accord. That's what my dad said. It's really, being on one accord. And when you're on one accord, when you and your spouse are in agreement with something, let me tell you, things can happen. Blessed things. Honestly, it really, really can. When you guys are not on one accord, like you're not,
friction.
It's friction. A lot of the times they're not going to work. It's very, very rare occasions, situations wherein maybe for like the husband or the wife, but most of the time it might be the husband. He's the leader of your household, where he'll be like putting his foot down. He's like, okay, no, this is what we're going to do. But other than that, you guys have to be on one accord and in agreement 100%. So yeah, I guess that's the toughest part about marriage is being on.
That's not the toughest part, but it's.
I guess that's for us. That's our opinion. Yeah. In our opinion.
Let us know in the comments below what's the toughest part about being in a relationship. Not even just being married, but
in your opinion.
And let's get something going. Let's see what other people think.
Yeah. The next question is, what do you guys do individually for me time? Steven do a lot for me time.
What me time?
You're lying. He get more me time.
I go to work about 65, 70 hours a week. That's me time.
We have talked about this so many times. Let's be honest about this.
I get a little more me time than she does.
I get no me time. For the Come on, bro. Let's call a spade a spade. Now, part of that though is probably my fault because I don't know. I just don't take the time to really have the me time. So I can't even tell you guys what do I do individually for that. What would I like to do? I definitely love listening to music. Sometimes I can, let me not lie. Sometimes I can get that in late at night or whatever when everybody's asleep, including this guy, because after kids go to bed, he yelling like, babe, and I be like, sometimes, not all the time. So when he's like really, really tired from work and whatever, and he goes to bed, so I'll just be in the bed, laying down. I might watch some shows or something like that. No, that's not very exciting, guys, but that's my life. That's what I do.
We have 3 kids.
Now, I will say now going forward, I want to get into reading more. I used to love to read. I still kind of do. I want to get into reading more and educating myself, especially with what's going on in the world and just in general, because knowledge is power. But anyway, so he does, for meantime, before the corona, basketball.
On Saturdays.
That was and is his getaway. Basketball. Period.
Saturdays. That was it.
It don't matter what day it is. That was your time.
Saturdays. See, communication, guys. Take some notes down.
So, no, it's okay. So, the next question is, has Tamia ever questioned why her sisters are lighter than her?
She did it first.
She did?
Mm-hmm. She did.
To you?
Yeah.
Maybe she thought, well, let me go to the white man and see what he thinks.
Yeah, she asked when Zoe was born.
Let me go to my white daddy.
She asked when Zoe was born why she was not as dark as Tamia.
Oh.
Well, as she was.
Well,
And
maybe.
I just had to tell her that same mom, different dads.
Yep, that's why.
That's the easiest answer we were able to give her. And then other than that, she hasn't really said anything in the last 2
Obviously,
3
she
years.
has an understanding. She's very, very smart. She knows,
Yeah.
okay, my sisters. Well, actually, I would say for Zoe, she always says that Zoe, when I'm like, oh, what color is Zoe? She's like, she's brown. She's light brown. And then for Gianna, she straight up says she's white. But she still, now, as she's gotten older, understands the concept of, okay, we all have the same mommy. And 2, that we also have the same daddy. But, I don't know, she gets it. She understands it. If she doesn't, as she even gets older, we'll explain it to her and, be open with her and tell the truth. It is what it is. Next question is, how do people react when Steven acknowledges Tamia as his daughter?
They look at me crazy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sideways. We were just actually having a conversation about this with a couple of friends of ours, and they're an interracial couple, and we were saying how when Tamia was younger, I'd pick her up from daycare, and I'd be like, hey, I'm gonna pick my daughter, and they'd be like, okay, who's your daughter? I'm like, Tamia. They're like, no way.
They wouldn't say no way, but they probably definitely give him a
The
look
look on their face was no way.
like, wait, what?
It took them probably, I want to say, a few months to get acclimated that I was there to pick her up and not to take her away and never bring her back. But
People are just
yeah,
ignorant.
I think it's the same thing. When I run into people that don't know who we are, and I introduce Tamia as my daughter, they're like, "That's your daughter?" Like, yeah, that's my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
You all see the resemblance?
Anyways. Okay, and then the next question is, how do the both of you feel about each of your mother-in-laws?
She knows this. She does.
Do she?
She flips my switch a little bit.
Oh, his mom definitely flips my switch, but let me tell you something. I really do love my mother-in-law. I adore her. She has such a good heart. And, I understand my husband loves his mommy so much. Even though she gets you, she get under your skin. You can't help but love her because she really is a good person. She has a good heart, and
I think both
that's
of
just
our mothers get under each of our skins.
yeah, and
Equally.
the other way. So Yeah.
But we wouldn't be here without a mother, so. Shout out to you, Mom.
Shout out to my mama. Anyways, so yeah, that's how we feel about it, quite honestly. And then the last question. So, what do we love most about each other and our journey thus far as now the blended Bogles with our blended family?
I'll let you answer that one.
Guys, I don't share my feelings, you know, I'm a thug. Okay. But honestly, what I love most about my husband is he is a lot softer than wait. He's not like a super tough guy. He can be, he absolutely can be, but sometimes I do require that softer side. Sometimes, very few far between, but I just kind of love how we're so opposite of each other. I'm the one who's really hardcore and tough, and you know, he's had to break down walls and barriers and stuff like that to really show that, you know, like he loves me and stuff. Whereas with him, I've had to almost kind of prove to him, like, it's like, do you really love me? No, because he's a person that wears his heart on his sleeve. He's a little bit more emotional. I'm like Snape. That's me. So, but you know, deep down inside, I'm just a little pillsbury little boy. He's like that in his regular form. So I just love that we're so.
Not a shot taken.
I'm just being honest. I just love that we are both very different but alike in a lot of ways, and he's very protective over our girls. I never have to worry about them being safe and, you know, and taken care of anytime he's under in his care or just any of that. That's what I love most about him. And our journey thus far, I would say, put it in just a couple words. It has been, I don't know. It's been a
roller coaster, but a good roller coaster.
But a good messy.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to go messy, but
it's been messy, y'all. Come on, we just gonna keep it real. But it's, yeah, definitely.
We learned a lot. Like, if we didn't get married, it's like.
But you didn't get married. You got that still pimping.
I don't know. We're gonna leave it.
I know he was be pimping.
We're gonna bleep it out.
Me, I wouldn't have any more kids, obviously, which I can't even imagine that, not having Zoe and Gianna.
Yeah.
Who's my baby?
Yeah, this journey's been a good journey. It's been a long journey so far. But again, learning a lot, and obviously getting the kids out of it is a plus. But just for our sake, since we're so opposite, learning the different things, because we're still learning. You're always learning. Like,
yeah, when you're married, and even in a relationship,
you're always learning.
Yes,
it doesn't
always.
matter
How long you've been together, how little time you've been together. You're going to continue. Like, even my parents, they just celebrated their 18-year anniversary. They've even said, both spoke and said, we're definitely still learning things about each other that we did not know, and for us, so yeah.
Like I said, it's been a good roller coaster journey, and continuing that journey is what we want to do. So,
is that what you want to do?
That's what I want to do. I don't know about you, but
yes, it is what I want to do. I wouldn't want to spend this life.
She's salty.
Yeah, I am not a salty.
For the white boy.
Ooh, that's kind of hard. Anyways.
Violence is not the answer.
Anyways, but yeah, I guess that's all we got. If you guys have any other like questions and stuff, like maybe just a few little questions, whatever, you can put them in the comments below, and I'll try to answer them, you know, as much as I can through there. Chit chat, whatever.
We are sorry for this being a longer video than the last two.
You don't have to apologize for that.
Sorry.
We're not. It wasn't even that long. We're answering questions for them.
So anyways, make sure you watch the whole video and press that like button, and don't forget to subscribe so you know when we have more videos coming out. And that's it. The Bogles are out.
Bye. Enjoy your tea.